Exactly 2 months ago, we unboxed and set up a very unusual but rather unique smart hexagon light panel from Cololight. If you haven't watched that, click the card right here, or you can even check the description down below. This time, we will continue on that series because today, we will talk about their newest smart ambient lighting, the Cololight Mix. Hi, this is Art again from Few Texts Later, and today we will talk about another unique smart lighting from Cololight. See what comes in the box, set it up, and how you can integrate it to your smart home platform. But first, I want to thank Cololight for sending this and a lot of their other smart devices for us to test them out. But as always, all thoughts are mine, and Cololight and Lifesmart will be seeing this video for the first time like everybody else. So what we got in the box looks like a welcome card of some sort, a manual, and in this box we got a 3-pin power adapter to DC, and this small pouch we got some 3M sticky tape and some connectors which we will talk about later, and at last are the light panels themselves, and that's about it. Now let's talk about how to set this up, but before that, just to let you know that the power adapter that came with it can power up the entire device with no issue. But the main panel has a slot for a USB cable that you can use as well. That depends on the amount of power output that the adapter, your USB-C cable, can provide. So if you bought a 3-panel kit like what we got here, you should be okay as long as you use the included adapter. Now first, download the Lifesmart app that is available on both Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Simply create an account. Then once you're in, tap this menu on the upper left corner, then tap Add at the bottom. Then select Cololight Mix. Since that's obviously the one we're setting up, then as it says here, you can use the included power supply. But when you decided to add more light panels, the arrow from the connector should be going towards the other light panel, not the other way around. And there's a note where it says the signal can only be transmitted in the direction of the arrow on the connecting plates, which I just mentioned 2 seconds ago. And it says here also that if you're using a single light block, you can either use a USB-C cable or an 1860 battery. The power should be enough to make one light panel work. Then tap next. Then you need to press and hold the reset button that acts as a power button as well for about 2 seconds, then tap the checkbox. When the light panel flashes blue, then tap next. Then after that, the app should be able to locate the device, then select it. Then wait for the app to show any Wi-Fi network around you. You just need to enter your Wi-Fi credentials, and then next to this, rename yours if you want, but I'll name mine Mix. And there you go, the device is added. Now you can cycle through a couple presets that the app provided. This was my previous test setup that I changed numerous times since then, but here's how it looks now. This time let's talk about design. The actual Cololight Mix is quite big, measuring 128 by 128 by 30 millimeters, and it weighs about 165 grams. The mix is constructed of a mix of plastic, with the front having a beautiful look that hides the internal LEDs. The goal of the kit I received, which comprises of 3 panels, is to construct a continuous path allowing the power to move across several panels. Then, you may modify how LEDs illuminate an area using the app. Since the major target audience of these lights is either gamers or YouTubers, they aren't particularly bright, but that wasn't exactly the intention either. You can get a 1-piece pack, a 3-kit pack, which is the one we got here, and an extension pack if you need more light panels, which makes sense because they can be mounted on walls. In addition, the panels can also be positioned on a flat horizontal surface. Now, the Cololight mix can be used by anyone, including those who don't fit the aforementioned criteria earlier. To alter the atmosphere of any room, I have a very good feeling that these modular panels will be much harder to get right than LED light strips or maybe bulbs, since having a dedicated space for it can be tricky. I bet you never seen this kind of design used in an RGB light panel before, right? In every panel, it has 37 independent LED beads. And when I say independent, every LED bead is programmed to produce different color to whatever effects you set it to. That means you can have so many color combinations at a time when you turn on the light, which is insane. I don't know if my camera gives justice to what the light can do as far as light quality, but for me it's really good, especially if you can see it in person. Now, as far as functionality, you mostly use this as an ambient light since that is what the device intended to do. It can be very dim if you just want to flash different colors in your background when, let's say, you're gaming. Now let's talk about how you can add the Cololight mix to your preferred voice assistant. Please note that this process will not only apply to Cololight devices nor Cololight mix to be specific. Most smart home devices that are compatible to both Google Assistant and your Amazon. So for Google Home, tap the plus sign on the upper left corner, then tap Setup Device. Then select Works with Google. Then you can search Lifesmart from this magnifying glass. Enter your logins and the device will show up in your Google homepage. You just need to scroll down and place it to a room and rename it if you want. Now for Amazon, from the home screen, go to More, then Skills and Games, then search for Lifesmart skill. You can enable the skill by entering your logins and give the app like a few seconds to add all your Cololight devices to the Alexa app. Then there you go. Unfortunately, this does not work natively to Apple's HomeKit, which is a bummer, especially the hexagon that we previously reviewed does. In addition, this does not work with Samsung SmartThings and IFTTT, which is for me a missed opportunity from Cololight, especially if you're into automation and all that kind of stuff. So we've been using the light panel for about 4 or 5 months already. I really like how unique this product is. It offers really dynamic effect that you can add to any space. It can elevate anyone's gaming or entertainment experience for sure. It's not that bright, which for me is okay, since most of the time you will only be using this as an ambient light. And the only downside I can see after using it for over 4 or 5 months now is the connectivity. This disconnects like every now and then. I think it's not with the device but with the Cololight app itself. I'm not so sure, but some of the other Cololight devices I got tend to disconnect randomly as well, where it can become annoying if you set the scene or automation along with the other smart devices and this don't respond at all. Nonetheless, I really enjoyed playing with it. You can add different vibe to any room you'll place this in. And that's how you set it up. If you have more questions for me, leave it in the comment section below. And I'll leave their link in the description below for those who wanted to check this out. Again, this is Art from Futex Later. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. See you in our next video.